I received a red letter from my grandfather, a retired general. It contained a set of coordinates and one word: now. My grandfather Pierce never sent letters. In my 28 years, I'd gotten maybe 3 birthday cards from him, all signed by my grandmother before she passed. So when the thick red envelope showed up in my mailbox with no return address and official military postmark, I knew something was seriously wrong. Inside was a single sheet of military letterhead with coordinates written in his precise handwriting: 47.203, 3 degrees north, 121.88, 42 degrees west. Below that, one word written in block letters: now. That was it. No explanation, no context, nothing else. I immediately called his house in Spokane, but got a recording saying the number was disconnected. Called my mom, who said she hadn't heard from Pierce in 3 months, which was unusual but not alarming since he'd always kept to himself. The coordinates led to somewhere in the Cascade Mountains, about 2 hours east of Seattle. I plugged them into my GPS and saw it was pointing to what looked like completely empty wilderness. No roads, no buildings, no campgrounds, just dense forest marked as protected federal land. But something about that urgent now made me drive there anyway. The fact that he'd used official letterhead instead of regular paper, the red envelope that felt like a military emergency alert, the way he'd written those coordinates with surveyor precision. Pierce never did anything without a calculated reason. The closest I could get by car was a narrow logging road that ended at a weathered trail marker. The coordinates were still 3 miles deeper into the forest. I grabbed my hiking boots from the trunk and started walking, following my phone's GPS signal through increasingly thick trees. After about an hour of steep hiking, I started hearing something that made no sense. Heavy machinery, big equipment running somewhere ahead, diesel engines and hydraulic systems working hard. This was supposed to be protected wilderness where even logging was banned. The mechanical sounds got much louder as I approached the exact coordinates. Then, through a gap in the pine trees, I saw the fence. 8 feet of chain link topped with concertina wire, with bright yellow warning signs posted every 10 yards. Private property. Authorized personnel only. Use of deadly force authorized. But this massive facility wasn't marked on any map I'd checked, satellite or otherwise. Through the fence, I could see enormous earth-moving equipment, concrete trucks, and dozens of workers in hard hats working on what appeared to be an underground bunker complex. The construction was sophisticated and massive, with multiple levels visible through the excavated hillside, completely hidden from aerial view by the forest canopy. I found a section where I could see through the trees to a cluster of temporary office trailers. That's when I spotted him. Pierce, wearing his old army fatigues, standing with 3 men in dark suits while pointing at blueprints spread across a folding table. He looked up suddenly, like some military instinct told him someone was watching. Our eyes met through the chain link fence, and he nodded once with relief. Then he pointed to his watch and held up 5 fingers. 5 minutes later, he appeared at a gate I hadn't noticed, hidden behind a camouflage tarp. He unlocked it with a key card and motioned me inside without speaking. His expression was grim in a way I'd never seen before, even grimmer than at my grandmother's funeral. "You got my letter," he said. "Not a question. Good. We don't have much time before they realize you're here." I asked what this place was, why he'd brought me here, why everything was so secretive. Pierce looked over his shoulder at the massive construction site, then back at me with eyes that looked genuinely frightened. "Because everything you think you know about what's coming is wrong," he said quietly, "and you're the only family I have left who might actually believe what I'm about to show you." That's when I noticed all the workers had stopped their machines and were staring directly at us, and that's when I realized none of them looked entirely human.